Hey everyone, Golden Knight here. Welcome back to another video. I know it's been like so long since I actually did one of these videos because I actually have been working hard on Hawkstar Rail because I was trying to grind for a specific character. If you know who the specific character is, then you know that I am in love with her. Okay, jokes aside, but let's get to the point of this episode. Have you ever had a video game that was so good and it promises to be a bigger game, but then sadly ends up being a terrible thing? Like, I know people can say that about Security Breach. God, if I had a nickel for every time I brought up Security Breach being better than a game I hate, I would have a lot of nickels. But I do want to talk about a specific game that I used to play, but now I just pretty much don't play it anymore, really. And this game not only disappointed me, it disappointed many people. It was one of the best games in the olden days, and pretty much defies everything a sequel should be. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare to meet the unholy game that is worse than any other game I played. Say hello to Overwatch 2. Holy fuck. I have not seen a bigger downfall than me jumping off. Hang on, let me rephrase that. I have not seen a more bigger downfall than Call of Duty. Yeah, I said it. Call of Duty sucks. Now, I will explain the history first. First off, when I saw Overwatch, it first came out, I was intrigued as shite as everybody else. Like, heroes fighting villains, fighting. Like, we have done it before, but the character designs were so good in the first game, I really appreciate it. And I will admit, in the good side, Overwatch 2 heroes definitely are more designed that way. Like, you got Tracer, who is British and gay. Reinhardt, who's that big bearded man. He's my best friend's favorite. He's my best friend's favorite. And the monkey, who's pretty much the whole leader. Basically, these people were heroes, but then the world didn't need them and proceeded to hate them, and now because of that, the whole world is in an endless war, and they plan to get out of the shadows to help us. Yeah, that's pretty much basically it. Every character has its own backstory. For example, Bastion, a robot that was made for war, no longer wants to be in a war, just wants to hang out with a bird. Genji and Hanzo were like brothers, and they fight. They were like brothers, and they didn't really support one another. Yeah, that's basically like a summary of it. You got the villains too, which is Sombra, Reaper, Sigma. Was it Sigma? What the shit? Well, anyways, we got Widowmaker, who is a baddie. Fucking hell. What is with every game I'm playing is either having a fucking sexy woman that makes me wanna yes, it makes me wanna burp. Yes. But overall, the game was good. Did enjoy the first one. Honestly, perfect. Amazing. So you can probably tell by everybody's reaction when we got a news that a sequel would be being made. So, kind of random, but we did get a news that a sequel was being made to Overwatch 2, which was pretty much the same thing, but they did say they would announce a story mode would be into this, and it would be available for PvE players. For me, I'm not really like a player versus player guy. I only played like a few bits of it. It's probably because, well, I don't like people really that play games like this, because they are some competitive assholes at the times. Like, this is just meant to be a fun game, not a whole fucking Mr. Beast challenge. But other words, I was pretty much excited for this whole news thing, and it was told that we get upgrades, we got perks, we were gonna get like story arcs and all that. We're even gonna get new characters in Overwatch 2, like Kariko, Ramatra, and Junker Queen. Unfortunately, and I mean this unfortunately, Overwatch 2 had suffered the Battle Pass treatment. Now, here's the thing. I think I'm not saying Fortnite the fault behind all this, but I'm not saying Fortnite is like responsible for the whole Battle Pass thing, but I'll just say I think Fortnite was the beginning of the fucking Battle Pass area where every playable game ever needed a Battle Pass, and we need like a premium Battle Pass. Like, why can't games just have no Battle Pass? Like, everything has it now. Multiverses, Project Playtime. Well, that game's just Project Playtime's pretty much gone at this point. There's literally no hope for that anymore. Overwatch 2 is no exception to Battle Passes now. So that was the first mark. Secondly, the skit. Secondly, the characters were a bit broken at the time. Winston was alright, but some characters like McCree or Genji or Ashe were kind of annoying. Widowmaker would just one-shot you all of a sudden. It was not fun. New characters also were alright, and they named one of the characters Lightweaver, and he is the worst support character in the game. Ironic, because my second name is a Weaver, and these motherfuckers call me a Weaver. And so yeah, bad start, but it didn't stop me from not playing the game. Me and my friend always play it, have a laugh, and we thought it was pretty good. Until...
And so we're left with another difficult choice. Do we continue to pour all that effort into PvE, hoping that we can land it at some point in the future? Or do we stick with this set of values we've aligned on and focus on the live game and focus on serving all of you? With everything we've learned about what it takes to operate this game at the level that you deserve, it's clear that we can't deliver on that original vision for PvE that was shown in 2019. What that means is that we won't be delivering that dedicated hero mode with talent trees, that long-term power progression. Those things just aren't in our plans anymore.
To say Overwatch 2 was a disappointment was well, I'm not going to say it yet, but pretty much this game was bad, and I mean fucking bad. They pretty much... So, we were meant to get upgrades, all that bollocks we saw in EA. They basically just said, oh, we can't do it, so you're just gonna get what you usually get in your PvE shit. But at least there was cutscenes, and it was still paying $20 for what? 3 fucking levels that are just not worth it. There's no rewards to playing this. Just to have fun with your friends. Like, I get it, but I do want a bit of a reward at the end for playing through your fucking mispotentialed shit. And, it was just so disappointing. But I still had hope. Because, at least we still had a story. At least we still had PvE to talk about. So, PvE, this is the first mission of the game where you go for Rio and meet Lucio. Yeah, that's his name. And basically, they're just trying to stop this ship from invading Rio. The second mission's pretty much Soydrin, I think that's her name. A half-cyborg robot chick. And she is pretty much like saving the townsfolk. And they're like, we gotta get the townsfolk on this ship and leave. And while that, some people are getting like their heads taken, like in an alien movie. And then in the third one, Reinhardt meets Bastion, and I'm going to say that was a bit underwhelming about that one, because in Reinhardt's story, it was shown that his hatred for bots could not be more mad. They killed his master during a fight. And then, all of a sudden, he's now just cool because his granddad said so. Yep, pretty much. Wow, that was stupid of him. That was And like the missions were just alright. I said the last one was improved, and then it ended with Sumatra and Ramatra talking about like a prequel to one of the Widowmaker animations, and in the end, Sombra and Widowmaker pretty much go to Zenitsu, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna capture him." And so yeah, overall that was a good part, and I was so excited to see where the story would continue. And just kidding, jokes on you guys, because Overwatch 2's PvE future has been cancelled. So that means we're not gonna see a continuation of that. You're only gonna see nothing more than battle passes and the fucking skins that they make in a collaboration with Transformers. And at that point, I just gave up hope. At that point, I just dropped the controller and said, fuck it, I'm not playing it. I uninstalled Overwatch 2. It has wasted your time and money. Oh, and by the way, that PvE thing that you bought your money with, bollocks to you, because you're not going to get that money back. We're actually going to keep that money. Ha ha! It's not funny. It is a joke. Overwatch 2 has not become a best sequel. It's not even a sequel anymore. The whole point of your sequel, and you fuck it. That's like saying, oh, Security Breach Ruin was just fucking a walking simulator. I mean, technically it was still a walking simulator later, but that's besides the point. Like, this game is just... Oh, it's nothing anymore. It's not nothing. It's not even Overwatch 2, it's just Overwatch 1. I used to love Overwatch, and it was one of the best games I ever played. And I was excited to see what happens. But the problem is, they kept shooting themselves in the face multiple times, and they have completely fucked up their promises. They keep promising things, and we can't take word for that, because you promised the PvE, now we're not getting any PvE. Overwatch has sincerely fucked itself. I have not seen more of a downfall than SML, and I have hated that show. This game is one of my top 10 worst games. And I mean that with a burning passion. All this does is just prove to me that I am thankful that Overwatch has fucked off. And I probably am never gonna do a video on it. The only videos you're ever gonna see me of doing Overwatch is a joke. And that's perfectly what this game resembles. Just a big, fat joke.